Okay guys, so welcome back to this Pokemon Nuzlocke we're going to be playing through of Pokemon Fire Red. What I've done off camera and what I've wanted to tell you guys is that I've actually leveled up our two Pokemon that we have so far, which were Herbert, our Bulbasaur, which is our starter, and Ari, our Pidgey. They're both level 10. And what we're going to be doing in this episode is actually defeating our rival, because I know there's a rival battle right over there, and we're going to be going through, I'd say, around half of Viridian Forest, depending on how long I can make this video. So, but actually before our rival battle, we get to catch our third Pokemon in this patch of tall grass. So our new addition to our team will be a Rattata, level 3. That's interesting. Let's see what we can name him. I'm gonna think of a name for him if this tackle doesn't kill him. Okay, that's good. Let's see. We could call him Remy, like the rat from Ratatouille. Oh yeah, I also, while I was farming for XP, I bought a few more, one more potion actually. 3 antidotes, since we're going to be going through Viridian Forest, because I remember that in this gen, when your Pokemon is poisoned and takes damage outside of battle, it can actually die. It can actually faint. In other gens that doesn't happen. It reduces its health all the way down to 1 HP, and then it just stops, you know. But here they actually faint. So we have to be careful with that. We caught Remy. He isn't going to be starring in today's episode, mainly due to the fact that he's only level 3 and I'm not going to farm him XP during the video. But next video you might see him, depending if he brings any usefulness to the table or not. And I've devised a strategy to beat our rival here. I searched up that he has a Pidgey and his starter, which in this case is Charmander, and they're both level 9. So what I decided to do is use our Bulbasaur, Herbert, to be his Pidgey. Herbert learned Leech Seed and learned Vine Whip, but we're only going to be using Leech Seed and Tackle for the Pidgey. And our Pidgey learned Gust, and Gust is going to prove useful. Actually really useful. It's going to be basically the main thing that's going to carry us all the way through Viridian Forest. I was going to say Viridian City, but whatever. So thinking about that, Ari is going to level up quite a bit in Viridian Forest, because she's basically going to solo that whole section. But considering that the first gym is a rock type, our main star at that point is going to be Herbert, and he's gonna maybe catch up in level by defeating solo the gym to Ari. So we defeated that Pidgey, no problem. Herbert gets a chunk of XP, and against the Charmander, as I said, we are going to use Ari. I had thought about leaving Herbert. I actually put some thought into this because I was kind of scared when our Pokemon was going to faint. And that's why I leveled him to level 10. I had thought of using Herbert to Leech Seed the Charmander, so when Ari comes in she has regen, since the Leech Seed stays. But considering Ari has quite a good amount of attack, or causes quite a good amount of damage, and I used a Poke damage calculator to see if this Charmander posed a threat, because this Charmander actually knows Ember at this point. But there was actually no problem. Ari wasn't going to lose to the Charmander even without the regen, so I figured just send out Ari first, because if we actually had to lay down Leech Seed and then switch out, Ari would have gotten hit, and maybe that could have put her at a disadvantage. I wasn't completely sure. But hey, here we go. It was no problem to defeat. I think we named him Gary, right? Yeah, Gary. Our Pokemon are quite healthy. We're just gonna stop by the Poke Center just in case. Or actually, did I head up and get that item? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go check. We're going to talk because I know there's a sequence here. I might cut it out. Yeah, we did get the item. There's a sequence here that this old man teaches you how to catch Pokemon, and I believe it's unskippable. So we're just gonna have to wait through it. Maybe I'll watch it and cut it out in the video, in the main video, so you guys don't have to watch it. Basically, he teaches you how to catch a Pokemon. I believe they add that feature in every gen. I'm not quite sure. But in the newer gens, I'm pretty positive that they're skippable. Or they're a lot shorter. I think this one's pretty short. Pretty long, sorry. I don't know. I always remembered it as a kid as being annoying that you couldn't just skip, because if they were going to teach you how to catch a Pokemon, they might as well taught you that at the very beginning, because you already passed through the patch of grass in Route 1, and you also passed through well, maybe you head to Route 23 to have the rival battle, and you would have to pass through another patch of grass. Plus, they give you the Pokeballs right at the beginning, so why not teach you then? I don't know. Anyway, now that's that finished. There's another patch of grass right before we enter Viridian Forest, and that's where we're gonna add our 4th member to the party. I'm not entirely sure what diversity of Pokemon appear here. I know it's quite similar to what we've seen. Maybe Mankeys, Pidgeys, and Rattatas, I believe. Maybe you can find a Caterpie because we're next to Viridian Forest. Not sure. Let's see. I've been thinking of names because I don't want to be put on the spot to catch a name. Another Rattata. I haven't thought of a name for an... As I was saying, I haven't thought of a name actually for a second Rattata. What could his name be? We're going to call him Lewis because it's the first thing that came to mind, to be honest. I wonder what Pokemon we're going to catch in Viridian Forest. Our first Pokemon in Viridian Forest. I hope it's a Caterpie because I really wanted a Butterfree. Because Butterfree learns Confusion, and having a Psychic type damaging move early on can prove actually quite useful, I believe. I know Butterfree isn't a Psychic type, so it doesn't get that stab, but still having a Psychic type damaging move, I think it could be useful. Especially, where's the S? I'm confused. Especially when we get to the 5th gym, I believe it is. That's Poison type. What was the name, like Kuha or something? It was the ninja dude with the invisible walls. A Psychic type would be useful, and I don't think there's many Psychic types in this game, is there? In the 1st gen, we could, if we're lucky, we could catch a Drowsy near the 3rd city, where the 3rd gym is. But I'm unsure. Let's see which is our 5th edition after we get this potion. Who's our 5th addition to our team? I hope it's a Caterpie. Maybe a Pikachu. Prove useful. It's a Caterpie. Nice. Level 3, female. I said I had thought of a name, but I don't remember. Should I tackle it? I think it's rather frail. I'm scared of killing it. I'm gonna leech seed it, and we're gonna draw it out a bit. While we draw this out, I can get the opportunity to actually think of a nickname. Okay, so by now I think I might have cut back into the video. She just got below half health. We're gonna wait one more turn, which is this turn right now, so it does a little bit more damage, just to be safe. And we are going to go ahead and throw a Pokeball at it. In this time that it took like a few turns, a couple of turns. I haven't actually thought what I want to name her. I don't know yet, and that's kind of stressing me out, to be honest. I can't think of a name right on the spot, and there she is. She's caught, and I still don't have a name for her. I actually feel bad. I'm trying to think of names related to caterpillars or butterflies, I guess. I thought of hungry, but I think that's a weird name because of hungry caterpillar. I'm just so unsure. Should we name her Hungry or Henry? I don't know. I might name her Sherbert because that's the name that came up to my mind like right now. Doesn't make too much sense, wow, but let's go ahead and name her Sherbet, I guess. We'll grow on to the name. I think that's important. We'll grow on. Sherbet. That probably might not be how you spell it. It's how it sounds, so that's how I'm gonna spell it. Because it looks cool. And we can call her Sherby. I don't know. We can think of something. And as I said, as of now, Ari is going to be our carry through Viridian Forest because she has Gust. And we're just gonna storm through, I'd say, half of this. I don't know how long I've been recording, but just to be safe, through half. I'm gonna check the time frame later, and if it seems like the video is too short, I might finish the forest section, but if not, then I'm just gonna leave it like that, and next episode we do what I have planned, which is actually finishing the forest and battling the gym leader, or the first gym leader, Brock. So no, I actually don't want to switch. As I said, Ari's already starting to level up, and she's probably gonna level up, I'd say by the end of the forest she might be around level 14. Yeah, I'd say maybe 14 or 15. It's quite possible that she's 15, but she still has quite a way to evolve. If I'm not mistaken, Pidgeys evolve around level 19, right, into Pidgeotos, or like level... I always get confused with that. Is it level 19, 20, or 21? I'm pretty sure it's around that spec, or that range of level. So she's pretty far away. But after that, she'll be a beautiful Pidgeotto. And by the end of the first gym, depending on how much XP Herbert gains, he might evolve. He might evolve into Ivysaur by the end of next episode. That would be a cool finish, I think. We'll see if we can make that happen. And does Rattata evolve like a level 20 into Raticate? I think it does. But I'm not sure if I'm keeping Rattata on the team, because, as I said, I'm not too much of a fan of Rattata. It's cute and all, but does it really bring too much value to the team? I'm not sure. Depending on what other Pokemon we catch. If we catch other Pokemon that I don't have too much of an emotional attachment to, then Rattata will have to stay on the team. And I won't be sad about that. I mean, Rattata is cool, and Raticate is interesting. Butterfree, or well, soon to be Butterfree, will definitely stay on the team. I'm gonna level her up. It was a her, right? I'm gonna level Sherbert up outside of the recording, off camera. And this is an antidote, right? Yeah, it is. And if I'm not mistaken, in this gen, bug Pokemon actually evolve really quickly, don't they? Oh, he just turned around. Bug Pokemon evolve like every 3 levels or something like that, right? I remember having that idea as a kid. I'm not sure if it's accurate, but we're gonna check, Because if that's the case, then Sherbert was like level 3, right? Then by level 9 or level 10 it would be Butterfree already, and it would have somewhat caught up to the group, even though I might train them a little bit off camera, like to the max level of the Brock's Pokemon, I think. No, I won't change Pokemon. I think he has like an Onyx level like 14 or something like that, or it's a level 12, I'm not sure. If it's level 14, we'll level up at least some of our Pokemon. Probably only Sherbert to level 14 before going into the gym, and everyone else at least around that level, because I don't want to be grinding at some other point, because then we have to head all the way to Mount Moon, right? That's what it's called, Mount Moon. And Mount Moon, I think it was a pretty long adventure, right? And we had to actually fight Team Rocket people there for the first time in the game, if I'm correct. So might as well, just in case, keep our Pokemon leveled. I reckon this is about halfway through the forest, if I remember correctly. And I think this is where I'm going to leave the video for today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much of a tedious. We didn't do too much progress. We only did half of the Viridian Forest, and we beat our rival, which was a bit underwhelming in comparison to what I thought. But nonetheless, I think it was an interesting episode. So, with that said, I really thank you for watching this video. From now, you guys are welcome to click off if you'd like. I'm going to proceed to say a few YouTube stuff. So, as I mentioned in every video, I always leave some helpful links in the description. You can visit my blog. I write about communication topics there. Maybe at some point I'll write about something else. I'm not quite sure yet. If you guys want to suggest anything, you're welcome to suggest. Or if you have any questions, doubts, inquiries, whatever you want to make sure to leave them down in the comments below. You can also visit my social media. I also leave them linked in the description. You can PM me there if you want, and also suggest, put your doubts or any questions or basically anything you want. And for now on my social media, I only post like when I'm going to upload something or stuff related to the video. But once I get a few more followers, I would definitely start thinking about posting some extra stuff. You know, maybe not specifically related to the videos. Maybe some memes or something around those. Whatever you guys want to suggest, actually. I'd really appreciate suggestions. And apart from that, Discord channel. I've created one. If you guys want to join, you're welcome to join. And, well, nothing else to say, I guess. I repeat again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I wish you a wonderful week. I love you all. Goodbye.